You've joined us on Starting Up. Time now for that section on the show that we've all been waiting for. This week on Super Angels, we've got GPS technology startup Technopurple making its pitch to Super Angels Sanjay Parthasarathy. How well do they do? It's over to Sudhir in the studios.
Hello and welcome to Super Angels, the show where we endeavor to find India's next super entrepreneur. And I have with me entrepreneur and angel investor Sanjay Parthasarathy. Sanjay, location has been a big buzzword over the last 3 years at least, and there have been big success stories like Foursquare, at least in terms of number of users. What's your independent take on location?
I think it is still a buzzword, and people need to start doing something useful with it. I think Foursquare and other location-based services are starting that way. But if you think about it, the killer app for location right now is traffic.
And no one has quite exploited that yet.
Nobody has done that.
Maybe we have a startup today which could well exploit that. Let's have a look at the pitch.
You park your car in a tiny lane, you return from a meeting, and poof, your car has disappeared. Over 3,500 cars get stolen every year in Mumbai itself. All this can be prevented by using this little thing. At Technopurple, we have built the world's smallest GPS vehicle tracker, which is practically hidden inside your vehicle.
This tracker sends GPS coordinates of your car to our server, which can be monitored on a map using our web application.
The big opportunity, no doubt, is with logistic operators, infrastructure companies, and schools which have hundreds of vehicles to track.
Our analysis helps them identify which cars are overspeeding, also informing them about traffic bottlenecks in the city.
Apart from offering vehicle tracking services, we also offer personal tracking services, wherein employees are monitored by placing a small device like this in their pocket. Our vehicle tracking service for the enterprise segment is priced at 10,000 rupees for the tracker and 5,000 rupees per year for software service, maps and SIM card. Since our launch in Jan 2011, we have got orders of 10,000 trackers and we project our revenues to cross 27 crores by 2014. We would like to make a pitch of 1 crore rupees for a stake of 5 to 20% in our company.
We'll use this money towards working capital for sourcing GPS trackers, diversifying in RFID space, and expanding our services geographically.
Go for Technopurple, your solution to safety.
Yeah, I think the product is, they've thought through the product. I think they've thought through the business model. They've thought through the go-to-market. I want to understand how he's going to scale.
So Sanjay is looking for scalability. It's time to invite Amit of Technopurple into our studios. Amit, the world's smallest GPS tracker. Take us through what were the steps before actually creating this company and how did you come upon the idea?
I was working in an IT company called Trimax, which deals into passenger information system. And whenever I used to see people standing at the bus stop, that's where I used to feel that instead of people waiting at the bus stop, the bus should inform when it's going to arrive. So that made
because
a lot of...
late so often.
Exactly. I used to take motor visits to China to explore the exhibition scene around there, and used to study the various hardwares those are available in those in Chinese market. Studied the firmwares, and after taking a few devices back home, started developing software around those devices.
So this is you got this device off the shelf.
Off the shelf from China.
So and then you've done
exactly. So not the device which we currently have, but there were about 20 devices we got off the shelf from there and started working on them.
And the current device?
Current device is built in partnership with a Chinese company.
And exclusive to you?
In India, it's exclusive to us.
And is it patented?
There's no patenting possible on the device. Because,
Why?
Because that's a GPS chip which is there and the technology is all open source.
So it's okay.
It's all open.
So Sanjay is quite impressed with your pitch actually. That's why he's also chosen to wear purple socks today.
Yeah, purple socks. Exactly.
And we also know you carry your device along with you wherever you go. So why don't you show it to us and take us through what you believe is especially unique about it?
First is this device is, as far as our knowledge is concerned, the world's smallest vehicle tracking device without any external antennas. So there, out of the 50, 100 devices available in Indian market, most of them have those antennas external. So if you cut the antenna, the tracking is gone.
I think you have a good product. Now, I mean, my big question is, and concern is, of course, if people can duplicate it. And if it's not patentable, how are you going to defend this technology in the vehicle?
So our idea is to first start with this device, because the market needs these kind of devices. So instead of building our services around a device, which is a risky model to have, we better have a model which is hardware independent. So whichever companies are there in this business, whatever device they are having, our software will be able to service all of them.
So you're saying it's more of a software play than a hardware?
Yes.
play. Okay.
Now, obviously, the enterprise or the vehicle market is a little bit more profitable than the personal market, right? Why not just focus on the vehicle market for?
So because in the long run, this is going to shift from a device and tracking game to very much a data related game. So today, just imagine a situation, I want to reach from point A to point B and I don't know which is the right way to go. So currently the consumer market doesn't get appealed by these kind of devices, but if we add that little extra value wherein a live traffic update scene is introduced into the system, wherein before they leave their homes they are told exactly which is the route you should be taking, what is the current traffic
But isn't
condition.
that what a cell phone's going to become? Why do they need another device?
Because
And that's what Google Maps does on your cell phone.
Google Maps is basically doing it on a shortest route calculation, distance. It's based on distance, we are basing it on traffic.
My two biggest questions, one was defensibility of the device, and you know, if you're going to be a software service on top of other devices, that's fine. Probably the more interesting one is how are you going to scale? How do you get to 1 million vehicles?
So the current sales figures are 2.5 million vehicles being sold in the Indian market every year. With our initial discussion with the car dealers, the discussion we had with them is there are vehicle owners who are asking for this kind of devices at the right at the onset when they are making that purchase decision, and we aim to actually tie up with them and give the penetrate the market in that way, where there is a B2B tie up with the car dealer and the vehicle owner is actually facing the dealer himself.
So Sanjay, I just want to play devil's advocate for a second. Would you believe that people are worried about their cars getting stolen, or would you believe there's more of a play for a logistics head, for an enterprise
I
to
mean,
worry
it
about
doesn't have
50
to
cars?
be one or the other.
Okay.
I mean, it can be.
Okay.
I actually think the logistics side is probably more lucrative.
You believe there's more of an enterprise opportunity than a personal opportunity?
That's right.
So what sort of progress have you made with the enterprise?
We have Gammon India as our first big enterprise client. We have few hundred devices already installed, and there are few BPOs which we are currently talking to.
So one segment is the vehicles, the other segment is people, like you mentioned in your pitch. Take us through what the thinking behind that market is.
There are companies mainly into customers service business, wherein AMCs have to be serviced on field. And what happens is these companies have centralized locations, say in Mumbai, and they are giving services on a pan-India level. The concern they have is my guy going there and actually servicing the client?
Right.
So just place a small personal tracker in his pocket for work hours from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Shut it off at 6 p.m. and whatever he does in between, because anyways that's the work hours, it's recorded.
Why would he leave that device in his pocket? I mean, he can just.
Why wouldn't he forget it?
Because that also has a calling feature, so you can always call up, and the device also functions as a mobile phone. So our strategy to work in that case would be to basically work with clients in which there is a per client billing to the guy who is servicing the end customer. So if I service 5 customers at the end of the day, and with this tracking device if I am able to service 10 more, because it's live connection with the company.
And then some of that incentive goes back to the employee.
So what
That
do you
makes sense,
what,
but it's all complicated.
Sanjay, what do you make of the valuation of the business? 1 crore for between 5 and 20%?
I think it's in the range of reasonable. I was a little concerned because it's a hardware-oriented business, but now that he's
software
explained the software side,
Right,
I
right.
think it's okay.
Okay.
Valuation side, I mean, I think it's got to be closer to the 20% than to the 5%.
What's your frank feedback to Technopurple and to Amit as an entrepreneur?
I mean, I love the idea. I think you've actually thought through a lot of the hard problems. But there's only 2 things beyond this that you need to worry about and spend sleepless nights on. One is how you defend your business, right? Because there's a lot of people in this space.
Sure.
And two is how you scale.
Well, clearly Sanjay likes Amit. He's fond of Technopurple. He believes the company needs to focus on A, defending its business, and B, scaling it up. Clearly, scale is the key endeavor Technopurple needs to be focusing on. You can vote for Technopurple by logging onto our Facebook page, sending us an SMS, or writing us an email. Will Amit be India's next super entrepreneur? Well, follow us on Super Angels and find out.
We wish the Technopurple team all the very best, and of course over the next 6 months they will be mentored by our mentoring partners TIE. But don't forget, they are banking on your votes for getting a spot in the grand finale. We'll take a quick break here on the show, but coming up, ideas to keep your children busy this summer season.